Boker Tov, everyone, for our couple viewers so far. Welcome to our Shabbat morning broadcast. We are starting on page 289 this morning of Mishkan Tefillah. We warmed up with a prayer of thanks that we are up and awake and moving and breathing and all the things, living. See my Chai shirt. Check out my Maimonides nuts on Teespring for more cool Jewish art. And on 289, we say the blessing for putting on our talis. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehitatef batzitzit. Page 290. Ma tovu ohalecha Yaakov, ohalecha Yaakov, mishkanotecha Yisrael. Ma tovu ohalecha Yaakov, ohalecha Yaakov, mishkanotecha Yisrael. Va'ani berov chastecha avo vetecha eshtachaber el hechal kodshecha beyiratecha. Ma tovu ohalecha Yaakov, ohalecha Yaakov, mishkanotecha Yisrael. Adonai ahavti me'od betecha, u'mikom mishkan kevodecha. Va'ani eshachaver ve'echra'ah Evrecha lifnei Adonai osi. Ma tovu ohalecha Yaakov, ohalecha Yaakov, mishkanotecha Yisrael. Va'ani tefilati lecha Adonai et ratzon. Elohim berov chastecha, aneni be'emet ishecha. Ma tovu ohalecha Yaakov, ohalecha Yaakov, mishkanotecha Yisrael. Ma tovu ohalecha Yaakov, ohalecha Yaakov, mishkanotecha Yisrael. Page 292. Elohai neshama shenatata li tehorahi. 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 Elohai neshama shenatata li Elohai neshama shenatata b'tehorahi. Elohai neshama shenatata b'tehorahi. Elohai neshama shenatata Elohai neshama shenatata b'tehorahi. Elohai neshama shenatata b'tehorahi. Elohai neshama shenatata b'tehorahi. On page 293 through 296, I read the blessings for daily miracles, and as I do so, please share what the daily miracles are that you are praying for or are blessing this morning, or that you bless every day. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan l'sechel bina lahavchin ben yom u'ben laila. Praise to you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, who has given the mind the ability to distinguish day from night. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam pokeach ivrim. Praise to you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, who opens the eyes of the blind. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam matir asurim. Praise to you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, who frees the captive. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Zokef Kifufim. Praise to you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, who lifts up the fallen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, for our loving families. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, rokeach haaretz al hamayim. Praise to you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, who stretches the earth over the waters. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamechin mitzadei gaber. Praise to you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, who strengthens our steps. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam malbish arumim. Praise to you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, who clothes the naked. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hanotin le'ayif koach. Praise to you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, who gives strength to the weary. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Praise to you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, who removes sleep from the eyes and slumber from the eyelids. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam she'asani b'tzelem Elohim. Praise to you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, who made me in the image of God. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam she'asani bat chorin. Praise to you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, who has made me free. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam she'asani Yisrael. Praise to you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, who has made me a Jew. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who makes my nasal passages work. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, for the ability to empathize with the pain of others. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, for the gift of a conscience. You guys are on a similar wavelength there. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, ozer Yisrael bigvura. Praise to you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, who girds the Jewish people with strength. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, oter Yisrael b'tifara. Praise to you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, who crowns the Jewish people with splendor. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu la'asok b'divrei Torah. Praise to you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, who hallows us with mitzvot, commanding us to engage with words of Torah. excuse me, I'm still a little, yeah, okay. As we continue to warm up our souls and our voices and our diaphragms, you know, sometimes in the morning it's like, I don't know about you guys, but I got like morning voice and morning sneezies. So it's good to do some more warm up before we really get into the meat of our prayer. Page 306. Hallelujah, 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 well, be good show. Hallelujah, hallelujah, ki auso. Hallelujah, 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 Gurata. Hallelujah, hallelujah, Perobulo. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Hallelujah, hallelujah, Beteka Shofar. Hallelujah, hallelujah, Benet El Bechino. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Hallelujah, hallelujah, Betov Omachot. Hallelujah, hallelujah, Beminim Melunga. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Hallelujah, hallelujah, Betzil Soveshama. Hallelujah, hallelujah, Betzil Sovetrua. Kol haneshamate hallelujah, kol haneshamate hallelujah, kol haneshamate hallelujah, hallelujah, kol haneshamate hallelujah, hallelujah. Let every breath be a praise to God. And with that, we segue into our Shacharit service. Although we are, oh, yeah, okay, there we go. 3:12. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei rabba ve'alma divrach yirtei v'yamlich malchutei b'chayechon u'v'yomechon u'v'chayetecho beit Yisrael bagala bagala u'bizman kariv ve'imekru amen yehesh merabba mevarach ve'alamu al me'amaya yitbarach Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yipa'ar b'dramam v'naseh v'yitadar v'yit'aleh v'yit'alal shemei t'kodesha b'rechu ve'ela min kol berchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata damiran be'alma ve'imeru amen. My body's still waking up a bit. I've got hiccups, I got sneezes. Please excuse that. Page 313. We are called to worship. Praise Adonai, to whom our praise is due. Praise Adonai, to whom our praise is due. Praise Adonai, to whom our praise is due. Now and forever. The world is sunlight, restoring the soul, rejoicing the heart, bringing light to the eyes more welcomed than gold, a Torah from heaven. I have no light to give the morning. My Torah, my special human gift is words. As I bring my words forth from silent, welcome them, you who redeem the sun from darkness. Baruch atah Adonai, Yotzer HaMe'orot. O God, inspiration and guide for all, you have spoken in 1,000 tongues for us to hear. In every land and every age, your children have heard you and imagined you in separate ways. And yet, O God, you are one, unifier of humanity. We give thanks for the sages and teachers who bring us understanding of your will. Gratefully we recall the lawgivers and prophets, the psalmists and sages of Israel, and joyfully we remember that from the dawn of Israel's life, we would turn to you and find purpose. May the teachings of our ancestors live on in our minds, and their passion for righteousness stir our hearts. Help us to live so that our daily conduct reveals the beauty and wisdom of your truth. Baruch atah Adonai, habocher be'amo Yisrael be'ahava. On page 318 is the Shema, followed by the Ve'ahavta. I invite you to prepare yourself for these words of Torah. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. 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 Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto, Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto, Le'olam Va'ed. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levacha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol me'otecha. Ve'hayu hadvarim ha'ela asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha v'shinatam levanecha v'dibarta bam v'shivtecha b'beitecha uv'lechtecha b'derech uv'shachlecha uv'kumecha ושרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובישעריך. למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם אלוהים. Ani Adonai Elohechem. Sing the song of men and women joined in understanding and respect, the song of God's miracles, an earth protected and cherished, a gift for our children and the generations to come. The song of a land once ravished by war, now quiet and content, for soldiers home to leave no more. The song of a world redeemed, the song of peace. Israel, Kuma Bezrat Yisrael, Huftechinu Mecha, Yehuda Israel, Go Aleinu Adonai Tzavaot Shemo, Kedosh Yisrael, Baruch Atah Adonai, Ka'al Yisrael. On page 223, we come to the central portion of our morning service. The tefillah begins on page 323 and continues over the next few pages. I invite you to prepare yourself for these blessings. Adonai sifatai tiftach ufi gita hilatecha. Eternal God, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your glory. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu Elohei Avotinu v'Imotenu Elohei Abraham Elohei Yitzchak Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei Rivka Elohei Rachel Elohei Leah Ma'el Hagadol Hagibor V'Hanora El Elyon Gomel Chasadim Tovim V'Konei Hakol V'Zocher Chasdei Avod V'Imahot ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם, למען שמו באהבה, מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן. ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם מעזרת שרה. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיי הכל אתה רב להושיע, מוריד הטל, מחכה חיים בחסד, מחיי הכל ברחמים רבים. סומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו משני עפר, מי כמוך בעל גבורות, ומיתו מלך, מלך ממית ומחייב, ומצמיח ישועה. ונאמן אתה להחיות הכל, ברוך אתה אדוני מחיי הכל. מקדש את שמך בעולם, כשם שמקדישים אותו בשמי מרום, ככתוב על יד נביאך, וקרא זה אל זה ואמר, קדוש קדוש קדוש, אדוני צבאות, מלוא כל הארץ, כבודו. אדיר אדירנו אדוני אדוננו, מאדיר שמך בכל הארץ, ברוך כבוד אדוני ממקומו. אחד הוא אלוהינו, הוא אבינו ומלכנו, הוא מושיענו והוא ישמיענו, ברחמיו לעיני כל חי. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, ימלוך אדוני לעולם, אלוהיך ציון, לדור ודור, הללויה. לדור ודור נגיד גודלך, ולנצח נצחים קדושך נקדיש. ושבחך אלוהינו, מפינו לא ימוש לעולם ועד. ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוש. We are now on the top of page 329. I just need to find the corresponding page in my Shirenu. There we go. ישמחו במלאכתך, שומרי 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 שבת וקוראי עונג שבת. ישמחו במלאכתך, שומרי 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 שבת וקוראי עונג שבת. מקדשי שבי שבת, כולם ישבעו ויתעלו לטובך שבת, שבת. ישמחו במלאכתך, שומרי 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 שבת וקוראי עונג שבת. ישמחו במלאכתך, שומרי 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 שבת וקוראי עונג שבת. והשביעי רצית בו וקידשתו שבת. אז זכר ימים אותו קראת שבת. ישמחו במלאכתך, שומרי 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 שבת וקוראי עונג שבת. ישמחו במלאכתך, שומרי 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 שבת וקוראי עונג שבת. זכר למעשה בראשית שבת. זכר למעשה בראשית שבת. ישמחו במלאכתך, שומרי 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 שבת וקוראי עונג שבת. ישמחו במלאכתך, שומרי 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 שבת וקוראי עונג שבת. Page 330. On this Shabbat day, graciously receive our prayers. Help us to hear your call. Grant us enough health to fulfill our duties and the compassion we need to attend to others. Teach us humility that we may perceive our own faults, and grant us the wisdom to be forgiving to others. Grant us the courage to be true to our highest selves, and the charity to see the best in those around us. Give us patience enough not to become discouraged, and hope enough to overcome all fears for the future, faith enough to know your presence. Source of blessing, look with favor upon us. May our offerings be acceptable to you. Baruch atah Adonai, she'odcha levarcha b'yirah na'avod. On page 332 and 333, I'll read the words on the page of some offerings of gratitude. And as I do so, please put in the chat as well the things that you are grateful for. And, this is sort of bigger things. At the beginning, the blessings for daily miracles are also sort of gratitude blessings. And here we're getting big picture gratitude. So more blessings in the chat, please. For the expanding grandeur of creation, worlds known and unknown, galaxies beyond galaxies, filling us with awe and challenging our imaginations. Modim anachnu lach. For this fragile planet Earth, its times and tides, its sunsets and seasons. Modim anachnu lach. For the joy of human life, its wonders and surprises, its hopes and achievements. Modim anachnu lach. For human community, our common past and future hope, our oneness transcending all separation, our capacity to work for peace and justice in the midst of hostility and oppression. Modim anachnu lach. for high hopes and noble causes, for faith without fanaticism, for understanding of views not shared, modim anachnu lach. For all who have labored and suffered for a fairer world, who have lived so that others might live in dignity and freedom, modim anachnu lach. For human liberties and sacred rights, for opportunities to change and grow, to affirm and choose, modim anachnu lach. We pray that we may live not by our fears, but by our hopes, not by our words, but by our deeds. Baruch atah Adonai, hatov shimcha ulecha na'el lehodot. Page 334. Sim, 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 shalom, sim, 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 shalom, sim, 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 shalom, tova uveracha. Sim, shalom, sim, 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 shalom, sim, shalom, tova uveracha. Baruch atah Adonai, hamavarech et amo Yisrael b'shalom. On pages 335 through 337, we take a moment for silent prayer. You might use the words on the page or the meditations of your own heart. Yehi v'ratzon imrei fi v'hagyon libi lefanecha Adonai tzori Adonai V'gali, may the words of my mouth and the meditations of my heart be acceptable to you, Adonai, my rock and redeemer. We turn now to our Torah service, which begins on page 362. I invite you to prepare yourself for the ark to be open. I'm going to put this aside for now. There we go. En kamalcha v'Elohim Adonai ve'en k'ma'asecha Malechutecha malechut kol ha'olamim U'memshaltecha b'chol dor v'ador Adonai melech, Adonai malach Adonai yimloch le'olam va'ed Adonai oseh amo yitein Adonai yivarach et amo v'shalom Av harachamim et yiva birtzoncha et Zion Tivne chomot Yerushalayim Yivecha levad batachnu Melech Elram v'nitzan Adon olamim Ki mitzion tetzeh Torah Ki mitzion tetzeh Torah Udevar Adonai Mirushalayim, Baruch Shanatan, Torah, Torah, Baruch Shanatan, Torah, Torah, Le'amo Yisrael, B'Hidushato. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Echad Eloheinu, Gadol Adonenu, Kadosh Shemo, Gadol Adonai Nitzi, V'neromim Shemo Yachdav. Our Torah reading today, there we go, comes from Parshat Shalach Lecha, and I know my dad's going to chant along with me at home because he totally remembers it from his bar mitzvah. So I'm reading from Numbers 13, verses 1 through 16. Let me just double check. Yes, 16. If you want to follow along, if you have a Chumash at home or you want to open up a Sefaria tab separately while you listen along. And the blessings are on page 368. Baruch atah Adonai Hambarach, Baruch Adonai Hambarach Le'olam Va'ed, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech HaOlam, Asher Bachar Banu Mikol Ha'amim, V'natan Lanu Et Torato, Baruch atah Adonai Noten HaTorah. Amen. Vayidaber Adonai al Moshe Lemor, Shalach lecha anashim, Vayeturu et Eretz Canaan, Asher ani noten livnei Israel, Ish echad, L'matei avotav, Tishlachu kol nasivahem, Vayishlach otam Moshe, Mimidbar Paran, al pi Adonai, kulam anashim, Roshei b'nei Yisrael, hema, ve'ele shemotam, L'matei Ruven shemot bin Zachor. L'matei Shimon, Shaphat bin Chori, L'matei Yehuda, Kalev bin Yafuneh, L'matei Yisachar, Yig'al ben Yosef, L'matei Ephraim, Hoshea bin Nun, L'matei Binyamin, Palti ben Rafu, L'matei Zebulun, Gadiel bin Sodi, L'matei Yosef, L'matei Menashe, Gadi ben Susi, L'matei Dan, Amiel ben Gamali, L'matei Asher, Setor ben Michael, L'matei Naphtali, Nachbi ben Vafsi, L'matei Gad, Geuel ben Machi. Ele shemot ha'anashim asher shalach Moshe latur et ha'aretz, vayikra Moshe v'Hoshea bin Nun Yehoshua. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torah temet v'chayei olam nata b'tochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah. Amen. Page 370. We honor the Torah. V'zot haTorah asher sam Moshe livnei b'nei Yisrael al pi Adonai b'yad Moshe. This morning I had trouble rolling to the right page because I expected, often when the tribes are listed like this, like what I just read, L'matei blank, all the names, it's like, I don't know how far back I'd have to scroll to find another example, but they're broken up more. They're like bullet points almost. So I saw this huge just block of text, no break in the column, and I thought that can't possibly be what I'm looking for. And yet, then I kept rolling and I kept rolling and I kept rolling, and I thought, I'm reading from the beginning of the parsha, it can't be this far in. I had to go back and look really carefully, actually read the words and not rely on patterns in the script to find it. All right, while our Torah is out, we say just like I chanted 60 years ago. Oh, Dad. While our Torah is out, we say our blessing over those who are ill and in need of healing. As I read the names on my list, please share in the chat names for those whom you are praying for healing of mind, body, and spirit. Mary Kennedy, Rosalind Cantu, Sharon Buell, Mike Haug, Lori Perry, Nick Joliat, Bernard Strassner, Fran Morona, Ariel Batsluva, Gail O'Neill, Rhoda Westler, Marion Finkel, Skip, Kathy and Jeffrey Brace, Rhonda Butler, Ricky Grant, Shoshana Bat Abraham, Manna Dornfeld, John Manners, Michael Kumakawa, Neil Savage, Joey Jones, Juliette Arrighi, Sharon Cobb, Leslie White, Shirley Kronig, and Sharon Hoyer. And is our friend from Margate on? No, I need her name. And we hold in our thoughts all those in need of healing in mind, body, and spirit. Emisha Berach is on page 371. Oh, Cindy Merrill and Karen Mandel. Misha Berach Avotenu Mekor HaBracha Le'imotenu. May the source of strength, who blessed the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Misheberach Imotenu Mekor HaBracha La'avotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen. And now we turn to our Haftarah, which comes from the book of Joshua. Joshua chapter 2, verses 2 through 24. Again, if you have a Bible at your disposal, or open up Sefaria in another tab and follow along. And the blessings are on page 372 of Mishkan Tefillah. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar Invi'im tovim ratzav dimrehem hane'emarim be'emet. Baruch atah Adonai abocher b'Torah u'Moshe abdo u'Yisrael amo u'b'nbi'ei ha'emet v'tzedek. And Joshua the son of Nun from Shittim sent from Shittim 2 men to spy secretly, saying, "Go and view the land Jericho." And they went, and they came to a harlot's house named Rachav, and lodged there. And it was told to the king of Jericho, saying, "Behold, men came here tonight of the people of Israel to search out the country." And the king of Jericho sent to Rachav, saying, "Bring forth the men who have come to you, who have entered into your house, for they have come to search out all the country." And the woman took the 2 men and hid them and said thus, There came men to me, but I know not from where they were. And it came to pass about the time of the closing of the gate, when it was dark, that the men went out. Where the men went I know not. Pursue them quickly, for you shall overtake them. But she had brought them up to the roof of the house, and hid them with the stalks of flax, which she had laid in order upon the roof. And the men pursued after them on the way to the Jordan, to the fords. And as soon as those who pursued after them were gone out, they closed the gate. And before they lay down, she came up to them upon the roof. And she said to the men, I know that the Lord has given you the land, and that your terror has fallen upon us, and that all the inhabitants and all the inhabitants of the land faint because of you. For we have heard how the Lord dried up the water of the Red Sea for you when you came out of Egypt, and what you did to the 2 kings of the Amorites who were on the other side of the Jordan, Shihon and Og, whom you completely destroyed. As soon as we heard these things, our hearts melted, nor did courage remain in any man because of you. For the Lord your God, he is God in heaven above and on earth below. Now therefore I pray you, swear to me by the Lord, since I have shown you kindness, that you will also show kindness to me and my father's house. And give me a true sign, that you will keep alive my father and my mother, my brothers and my sister, and all that they have, and save our lives from death. And the men answered her, Our life for yours, if you do not utter our business. And it shall be, when the Lord has given us the land, that we will deal kindly and truly with you. So she let them down by a rope through the window, for her house was on the town wall, and she lived upon the wall. And she said to them, Go to the mountain, lest the pursuers meet you, and hide yourselves there 3 days, until the pursuers return, and afterwards you may go your way. And the men said to her, We will be guiltless with respect to this oath of yours which you have made us swear. Behold, when we come to the land, you shall bind this line of scarlet thread from the windows, from which you let us down, and you shall bring your father and your mother and your brothers and all your father's household home to you. And it shall be that whoever goes out of doors into the street, his blood shall be upon his own head, and we will be guiltless. However, whoever is in this house, his blood shall be on our head, if any hand be upon him. And if you utter our business, then we will quit your oath which you have made us swear. And she said, According to your words, so be it. And she sent them away, and they departed. She bound the scarlet lion in the window, and they went and came to the mountains, and stayed there 3 days, until the pursuers returned. And the pursuers sought them throughout all the way, but found them not. So the 2 men returned, descended from the mountains, passed over, and came to Joshua the son of Nun, and told him all the things that had befallen them. And they said to Joshua, Truly the Lord has delivered to our hands all the land, for all the inhabitants of the country faint because of us. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, tzor kol haolamim, tzadik bechol hadorot, ha'el hane'eman, ha'omer ve'oseh, hamdaber u'mkayem, shekol devarav emet v'tzedek, al haTorah ve'al ha'avodah ve'al hanvi'im ve'al yom ha'shabbat hazeh, shenatata lanu Adonai Eloheinu likdusha v'limnucha, v'chavod u'tifaret. Al hakol Adonai Eloheinu, anachnu modim lach, u'mbarachim otach, Yitbarach Shimcha b'fi kol chai, tamid le'olam va'ed, Baruch atah Adonai, mekadesh haShabbat. Amen. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. This week's Torah portion, as you just heard, is Parashat Shalach Lecha, in which we read about the spies that Moses sent to the Promised Land for pre-invasion reconnaissance. 10 of the spies come back with reports of terrifying giants and a reluctance to risk trying to conquer the land. Joshua and Caleb alone stand by their faith in God's assistance and encourage going ahead with their plan to take the Promised Land. For this, Joshua and Caleb are rewarded, and everyone else is condemned to die in the wilderness. There are many angles from which to be concerned about the way reward and punishment is meted out in this parsha, as we discussed in Thursday's Torah study. So I do hope that you will join us for these ongoing Thursday Torah studies and hear about these things. However, I think the essence of the Parsha is incredibly relevant for the current moment. When an opportunity arises to bring about great change and liberation, will we charge forth despite our fears, or will we cling to what we know despite its pitfalls? For years, the podcast Judaism Unbound has been suggesting that we may be on the precipice of a change in Judaism as we know it, akin to that which our ancestors experienced with the destruction of the Second Temple in 70 CE. Maybe, hopefully, not one as abrupt or violent, but with the demographic changes in communities, the increase in digital programming and online communities, and the immense access to information that was previously unimaginable to the average Jew in the pew. The synagogue and membership model that has worked for the last 70 years and is based on a fairly natural evolution of the synagogue life of the previous 1,000 years or so is becoming less and less relevant to large swaths of American Jews. Now with the pandemic and quarantine, we are seeing these trends that have been in development for roughly a decade accelerating and becoming undeniably clear for many. This is an hour of change. Will we draw back or cross over, my siblings? Similarly, the Black Lives Matter movement has been in the consciousness of some since its inception around the death of Trayvon Martin in 2012. It saw a spike of attention around 2014 and 15 with the Ferguson uprising and the lack of indictment against officers Wilson and Pantaleo in the murders of Michael Brown and Eric Garner in close succession. But it seems only now, with people out of work with more time to pay attention more to social issues beyond their own, with people already agitated and ready to see the failures in society, that calls for drastic change in our law enforcement and criminal justice system is becoming widespread across the country. This is an hour of change. Will we draw back or cross over, my siblings? It's hard to say what Jewish life will look like after the pandemic, but we cannot simply go back to what we were doing before alone. We will continue to build our online community and create innovative learning opportunities for anyone, anywhere who wants to engage with our Jewish community, even when we do return to some in-person gatherings. It is hard to say what community policing could look like with fewer weapons and more social resources, but the time is past due to restructure our communal priorities and evaluate how they are differently applied to different people and neighborhoods. We will continue to push for the lived experiences of our Black siblings to be heard and believed, and their leadership trusted when it comes to addressing these issues. The majority of Israelites in our Parsha gave in to their fear and lost their chance to be a part of something great and momentous. Let's not do the same now. Please join me and many like me in planning and working toward a future that can be widely inclusive, radically just, and fueled by faith in something greater than ourselves. May we all be Joshuas and Calebs, seeing the risks in front of us and choosing to fight for what we believe in anyway. Amen and Shabbat Shalom. We turn now to return our Torah to the Ark and our concluding blessings. We are on page 374 of Mishkan Tefillah. Yahalelu et Shem Adonai, ki neskaf shemo levado, odo al eretz mishamayim, vayarem keren le'amo, tehila lecho chasidav, Livnei Yisrael Am Kerovo. Hallelujah, hallelujah. It's Chaim Hi. Achazikim Ba. Betzalchecha. מאושר דרכיך, דרכי נועם, וכל נתיבותיה שלום. השיבנו אדוני אליך ונשובה, חדש ימינו כקדם. While our ark is still open, we turn to the Aleinu on page 586. Aleinu v'shabeach l'Adon hakol, l'ateit gdula liotzer b'reshit, shelo asanu k'boyei haratzot, v'lo samanu k'mishpachot ha'adama, shelo samu chalkeinu kahem, v'gor aleinu k'chol hamona, v'anachnu korim, u'mishtachavim u'modim, לפני מלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא, ונאמר, והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא, יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד. We turn our thoughts now to those who are no longer with us in body, but remain with us in spirit. And even though it is no longer June 19th, Even though it is no longer June 19th, since our Jewish days go from sundown to sundown, and it's still Juneteenth Shabbat as far as I'm concerned. So I'm, again, as I did last night, going to read this special Kaddish for Black Lives, and then we will say the Aramaic Kaddish for our own community members. Creator of life, source of compassion, your breath remains the source of our spirit, even as too many of us cry out that we cannot breathe. Lovingly created in your image, the color of bodies has imperiled lives. Black lives are commodified yet devalued, imitated yet feared, exhibited but not seen. Black lives have been pursued by hatred, abandoned by indifference, and betrayed by complacency. Black lives have been lost to the violence of the vigilante, the cruelty of the marketplace, and the silence of the comfortable. We understand that Black lives are sacred, inherently valuable, and irreplaceable. We know that to oppress the body of the human is to break the heart of the divine. We yearn for the day when the bent will stand straight. We pray that the hearts of our country will soften to the pain endured for centuries. We do the work to bind up the wounds, heal the shattered hearts, and to break the yoke of oppression. As the beauty of the heavens is revealed to us each day, may each day reveal to us the beauty of our common humanity. Amen. And as I read the names of those in our Ner Shalom community who are marking yahrzeits this week or who have died in the last year, please share in the chat as well anyone for whom you are saying Kaddish. This week marks a yahrzeit for Rosalind Heyman, Marion Max, and Carl Pearl and Esther Gonick. And we are still within the year of mourning for Sophie Levy, Donna Thatcher, Deborah Freelander, Abraham Finkel, Harold Herman, Nancy Holowitz, Roland Laramie, Mindy Ferenz, Moishe Deutsch, Douglas Miguel Rodriguez, Bob Katz, Roger Haug, Paula Cooper, Ernie Weissman, Doris Oleski, Sandra Lenag, David Avery, Art Rich, Jason Brown, Louis Petrozello, Gary Lyons, Dorothy Wolf, John DiNicola, Howard Berman, Jack Carton, and Dorothy Goldstein. The Mourner's Kaddish is on page 598. Mourners and those who wish to join them may rise. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, ve'alma divrach hiruteh v'yamlich malchuteh, ve'chayechon u'v'yomechon u'chaye dechol beit Yisrael, va'agalau v'zman kari v'imru amin. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevarach le'olam olamei almaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yithadar v'yit'aleh v'yithalal shemei d'kudsha barichu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, da'amiran be'alma v'imru amin. Yehei shlama Rabbah min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amin. Oseh shalom b'imromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amin. Oseh shalom b'imromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imru amin. Ya'aseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. 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 V'imru amen. So now is a good time to go grab your juice or your coffee, your challah, or your breakfast croissant, your cronut. I was listening to a podcast this morning at portmanteaus, so cronuts are on my mind. Whatever you're making kiddush and motzi over this morning. Well, I do some brief announcements. So tonight at 8 p.m., the teens are invited to a Havdalah and game night on Zoom. So there will be no streaming Havdalah service tonight for the public, but join us again. Next week, we'll be back to our regular schedule of Shabbat and Havdalah on our social media accounts. Tomorrow at 1 p.m., we are continuing our adult ed discussion of Reform values, and we are discussing the view of covenant through the Reform lens. Thursday, Torah study at noon, and starting Wednesday, book club at 10:30. We're discussing Philip Roth's The Plot Against America. And then starting next Tuesday, so not this week, but a week from this Tuesday, June 30th, is our inaugural summer series lecture. So every Tuesday at 1 p.m. throughout the summer from June 30th to August 25th, we will be having a different lecturer and a different topic. They're all going to be super interesting. We've got our kickoff one is Aesthetic Surgery, the Jews and the Invention of Beauty, with Sandra Gilman. But then we have climate change, presidential ethics, racial justice, writing a Jewish ethical will, theater, genealogy, writing your own prayers, and healing through Jewish music. So there's like a little something for everybody. One registration link gets you into the Zoom link, the Zoom calls for every Tuesday, but you can just opt in for whichever ones are interesting to you. This is also a fundraiser, so and because of the wide range of topics offered, and they're not all Jewish and they're not all about Prince William County and whatever, and it's all on Zoom, please do share the event pages and the registration link and everything with everyone you know. We want to expand beyond our usual crowd and really bring in some fresh eyeballs and everything. So please share that. Okay, that's everything. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagahafen. Amen. I am. We give thanks to God for bread. Our voices rise in song together as our joyful prayer is said. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen. B'te'avon. And our closing song again is Pitchu Li on page 648. Pitchu li sharei tzedek avovam modeya. 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 Shabbat Shalom, everyone. May we open the gates of righteousness and justice this week. And I hope you have a wonderful, restful day.